If you're just tuning in, the big story we're tracking, former Union Minister RPN Singh quitting the Congress today and joining the BJP. RPN Singh is from eastern UP's Kushinagar, and he was among the Congress's big leaders in Uttar Pradesh as well as its Jharkhand in charge. And, the story going forward from here is clearly going to be that what he brings to the table for the BJP, what this is going to mean in terms of the political contest, perhaps even in his stronghold of Padrona, and whether he takes on Swami Prasad Maurya there. We are continuing to be joined by Sanket Upadhyay and Alok Pandey on that big story. Sanket, we're waiting for that BJP press conference expected in just a few minutes from now. What are going to be the key takeaways, the symbolism of who's with him, as you mentioned? What else? You
are asking me to hazard a guess on Bharatiya Janata Party. This is a very, very difficult proposition under this new BJP. But one thing I can tell you, and I'm sure this must have weighed in the minds of the BJP leaders also, and trust me that they are not politically naive to only use Mr. RPN Singh in the capacity of his home turf of Padrona. You see, there is much more to RPN Singh than just being a candidate or a politician from this eastern UP area of Padrona and Kushinagar. He is or was the CWC member. CWC is the highest decision-making body of the Congress party. He was the MOS Petroleum and MOS Home under the Manmohan Singh cabinet. A very central leader, if I may add, and has contested many Lok Sabha elections. So that's the stature or the personality of RPN Singh, by virtue of the years that he has put into politics. So for the BJP to only think of him as a candidate to pit against Swami Prasad Maurya, I think there will be definitely something more to this arrangement or deal between the BJP and RPN Singh than just be a contestant. I mean, this is, maybe Alok can add more. Alok?
Well, you're absolutely right in terms of the fact that the deal has to be more than just RPN Singh contesting an assembly election, because really he's been there, done that, so to say, of course with a different party. But now he's moving to the BJP, so one waits to see what is going to happen. I think it will be just a few minutes before he formally joins the Bharatiya Janata Party. And like Sanket was saying, one indication of the kind of role that he's going to have in his new party is going to be from the visuals that you have of him on stage, and one waits to see which other leaders will be there on stage with him. And that is something that is significant to see. At the same time, yes, of course, he also has in the last some time played or at least overseen politics in Jharkhand, which is a state that the BJP also looks at very carefully. They were in power before Hemant Soren became the chief minister, of course. And now you have a situation where the BJP will also want to use him as some kind of a tall leader, which he is in terms of the number of years he's put into politics, as Sanket was pointing out, and also in terms of the fact that he's been a multiple-term MLA and MP. So the BJP would certainly want him as a counter to at least Swami Prasad Maurya in that part. And remember that both Swami Prasad Maurya and Mr. RPN Singh are from OBC communities, and that's why it's important for the BJP to have that OBC representation within their party in Uttar Pradesh, and not only on the state stage but also on the national stage. So one waits to see how this pans out.
Okay, Arvind Gunasekar is now also with us. Arvind, what time is that press conference scheduled to begin? It's 2:30 already.
Yeah, Sanket, a short while ago, we saw RPN Singh arriving at the BJP headquarters, where he was received by the senior BJP leaders. And as we speak, currently now RPN Singh is meeting with JP Nadda, who's the national president of BJP, along with Union Home Minister Amit Shah. So he's currently meeting with all these senior leaders of BJP. So shortly after this meeting, he would be coming to the hall where he will be addressing media. So short while ago, he put out his tweet where he is saying is that he is starting a new innings in politics, wherein he is all set to join BJP. Short while ago in the morning, around 8 a.m., he sent his resignation letter to the Congress President Sonia Gandhi, wherein he wrote that thanking the Congress President for giving all this opportunity, and then he also said that he is resigning from the party. So after sending his resignation around 8 a.m., he put out a tweet saying that he is starting a new political innings, and after that, around 10-15 minutes back, he arrived at the BJP headquarters.